It's your boy, the RC Guru for Dialed In TV, here in Wagner Park, New Jersey, getting ready to take you on an experience that you may have never been on before. For your first time, if you're a beginner, or if you're a regular practicing guy or a racer, I'm going to show you how to take a 1/5 scale gasoline car around this entire course and try to stay in the fast lane. You're going to take a lap around here with the Guru doing somewhere close to like 70 miles an hour in the straightaway, shifting up the third gear, back down into the corners doing second gear, and out of the corners doing first gear through the chicanes of the track. Stay tuned so you can experience the power of RCs with the RC Guru. Booyah! Ready to begin. One of the first things that I do when I start my radio control practice. This is my warm-up practice. Of course, you see I have my radio. I've got my fuel bottle here to refill the car. I've got spare tires. I got my laptop for some movies and my Bluetooth headphones. I'm just about ready to go. I got a few tools over here. I got a tire, lug nut, wrench. I have an assortment of hex drivers that are usually used for this vehicle here. So I keep them kind of just laid out over here on the table as opposed to having to dig into my toolbox here. I've got a spark plug wrench. I want to check my spark plug and make sure that I'm getting a good air fuel mixture burn, and I got a few brushes to brush off some debris and dust off of some of the vital parts on the car. I have a flathead screwdriver, and I have the nut drivers, the color-coded nut drivers that actually fit on every nut on this vehicle, except for the ones that are much larger. And then I'll be using a pair of pliers, and if I need pliers, I usually use my needle nose pliers. But if I don't use the needle nose, if it demands a little bit more than the needle nose, okay, I'll get a regular pair of pliers. And also keep a rag around, a little dirt rag, a little dusty rag, so if any fuel leaks off, I don't like that fuel smell on my hands. So we just about there. I'm gonna first go and grab me a cold drink, because that's what I initially do, and some snacks, lay those out. I go back here, and back here is where my cooler is, and my little igloo bag, and I keep me some cold drinks in here, and fresh water, and snacks, and whatever it takes. And this remains in the shade. In the meantime, I'm gonna have, perhaps, since it's early in the morning, I'll take a Gatorade and maybe some of these party mixes. What do you say about that? Let's see what that tastes like right now. I think I need a little bit of that right now. Here's to you, and you, and you. Fabulous, fabulous. Looks like it's going to be a great day. I hope you guys enjoy this day. You're going to see everything that I do when I prepare for a race day. I got my canopy to keep the sun out. Okay. I got my nice little fold-out table here just in case I have to work on some intricate parts on the car, like carburetor differentials, things of that nature. And the car has its own stand over there, so it can make all the noise it wants and take up all the space it wants, and it doesn't have to contaminate my area over here. Plus, I want to watch some movies and enjoy myself today. So y'all stick with me today. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a hot day. But we're going to get through it, right, baby? Booyah! 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 And of course, I got to have my cool shades, because the guru ain't the guru without his shades. First thing I'm going to do over here is grab my fuel. This is gasoline. A little bit of gasoline. And this is two-stroke. This is a two-stroke engine here. It's a 30.5 cc two-stroke engine. And it's sort of like your weed whacker engine or your gasoline, let's say chainsaw, or your lawnmower. So we've got a little bit of gasoline in here with a 24% oil mixture to it. So should do pretty good. That's what I like to use. I like to use 24% for you guys that don't know what that means, and for you guys that do know what that means, you get the picture. So I stick my hose inside the gasoline jug, pump a little air in there, and pull fuel out. Just like that. Just like that. That's how you do it. Just like that. Pump a little air in there, into the tank, and pull fuel out. And the bottle fills up on its own. No more ciphering gasoline. For all you, back of the woods type guys, we don't cipher no more. We don't cipher no more. So stop ciphering that gas out in the back like that, okay? Please. I don't want to smell your breath with gasoline on it. And then watch you light up one of those cigarettes. So don't do the ciphering thing. Just go and get you a piece of hose, fill it onto your bottle like this. Now I've got a substantial amount of fuel in there. That's a beautiful thing. I go over here, close up the gasoline like that. I don't tighten it down because it's going to expand due to the heat out here, and I want to give it some room to ventilate. And I also keep it in the shade to limit the amount of expansion on it. Then I go over here, reach inside, and this is why I use the hose, because I remove my gas cap, and then I place the hose into the tank, and voila, I'm at the gas station now, folks. A little bit of high test. That's right. Little bit of high test. Ain't nothing wrong with that. A little bit of high test. I usually like to use 91 proof. I don't use anything 91 octane. When I say 91 proof, I mean 91 octane. I usually don't use anything less than, your high test. No 89, no 87, no 85, and no 84. I use the good stuff. Because I have a race car, and when you have a race car, you need to use race octane, higher octane fuels. So that's the reason why I do that. And like, just in case, I don't have any fuel on my hands, but I'm just going to clean them just to be certain. All right. Now I've placed the gas cap back onto the gas tank. Now I'm going to reach inside of the body, and I'm going to connect my battery receiver. That's the unit that powers the servos that operate the steering and also the throttle and brakes. This car has 2 sets of disc brakes on it. It has individual front wheel disc brakes where you can set up a little bit of bias from left to right. If you want the left wheel to lock up and lift up in the corner and sort of brake, and the right wheel you want it to still continue to rotate and rotate around that corner, on a swooping turn, then you need to use your brake bias, and you can set a bias in here. And then there's a disc brake that brakes the transmission in the center of the car, in the back behind the motor, right before the rear wheels. And also, I made this little hatch here so I wouldn't have to keep removing my body in order to start the vehicle. I just pull a pin and I made this little door hatch. That hatch allows me to put my hand inside and when I put my hand inside I can hit the pull start and I can pull it. Very, very convenient. If you guys want to get one of these custom made for you, send me a line or on my website, get me on the Facebook page, and then send me your body and I'll do a custom pull start hatch for you on your vehicle. Nobody has this but me. That's because I'm the guru. But you can have it too. So now I just turned on the radio first, then turn on the car. The radio looks good. The lights are lit up on it saying green, so my batteries are good for the radio. Make sure you have good batteries in these radios. These cars are 40 pounds. And when they start moving at 70 miles an hour, you do the math. They're usually about 7 times the weight that it actually is, which is called your G-force in the corners and down the straightaways, your forward momentum, and all that kind of stuff for all you physics guys. Okay, so I usually pull my start slowly just to get some gas to come into the cylinder head. And if you hear me talking, that's because I had that pen in my mouth, but I took it out now. So then I pull it up and see what happens. 1, 2. inside straightaway. It's a green track. What a green track means is that there's not enough rubber laid down. what should be happening. Well, that's all for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed 1/5 scale RC gasoline race. Well, folks, here we are at the end of the day. And as you can see, I'm up underneath the canopy, trying to keep away from the rays of the sun. Our conclusion is that we've got a major transmission malfunction. A gear blew right out of the bottom of the transmission and case. It wasn't the external transmission with the 3 gears, but it was the internal transmission with the diff gear, and we're putting a lot of power to the ground, and unfortunately something has to give. Speed kills. It kills transmissions. As you can see, with power and speed comes maintenance and attrition. So as we look here, I guess it's time for me to call it a day and call it a show. Booyah!